I'm Nihal from BBC Radio 1, the BBC Asian Network. You are watching the Chuck Fleetwood-Smiths. I'm here representing, of course, Sri Lanka, the country of my parents' birth. And on Saturday, the Cricket World Cup final, we are going to beat whoever it may be.
This is the Chuck Fleetwood-Smiths. Congratulations, Sri Lanka, on a brilliant triumph. Good. This is the Chuck Fleetwood-Smiths. Congratulations, India, on a brilliant triumph.
Nailed it. That's good. You're watching the Chuck Fleetwood-Smiths. We're here at Lord's, host to the World Cup final in 1975, 1979, 1983 and 1999. What better place to preview India versus Sri Lanka?
Time for a spell. Is it midnight tonight? Oh yes, cop that. We'll have those ashes back now, thanks. I'll drink to that. How you going, knackers? Gives me tingles.
We haven't done a show for a while because we're very lazy and because the games have been coming pretty thick and fast. So let's go back to the quarterfinals. What happened?
There were 4 games. West Indies didn't turn up at all. Australia gambled and lost. England didn't turn up at all, and there was another game, but I don't remember any of the details of that one.
No, I can't remember that one either. Got some interesting stats for you from, I'm just going to look at England for a little bit. England, in the 3 games that they lost, conceded 87 extras.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great stat, man. That's a
full
Hogan.
That's a full Hogan. It's quite a lot on that.
Time to go back to 1992 now, as we see Pakistan's Javed Miandad really sticking it to India's Kiran Moore. But not like that. Okay, great stuff. Javed Miandad waits now at the wicket for the first ball of the over, maybe? I don't know. What? Oh, well, he's waved off, and now he has got something to say to Kiran Moore, and he's all like, "You wanna go? I'll go. I will go if you want to go. Yeah, I want to go. Let's do this thing." And he's saying to the umpire, like, he's saying he wants to go. So I didn't say I want to go. No, I did not say. The umpire, inscrutable as ever in his big hat. And this pretty poor shot from Javed Miandad. He's got, just gets back in ahead of the throw. And, well, he's hopping mad, like Bugs Bunny or something. Famously his favorite character. This is a terrible highlight. Join us next week when Shane Warne will be showing us iPhone pictures of Liz Hurley's back door.
Hi.
So we're back. Matters closer at hand, the semi-finals. Talk us through Sri Lanka, New Zealand.
Sri Lanka, New Zealand. Well, I mean, New Zealand did so well against the other team that shall not be named. They thought they'd do the exact same thing to Sri Lanka, but Sri Lanka were just a little bit better. I think New Zealand probably coughed up 15 runs in misfields, and that's what's cost them in the end.
New Zealand have had success in this tournament, putting the squeeze on in a way that Australia, England particularly haven't been capable of. Australia blew a great chance to overturn India in the quarters by just trying too hard. Striving for pace. New Zealand have taken the pace off it. Jacob Oram, Dan Vettori, they're just very difficult to get away. Nathan McCullum.
Yeah, it also meant though that they didn't have a weapon when they needed it, which is their other problem. Against a team that shall not be named, their weapon was that team choked under the pressure. Under this particular, against Sri Lanka, you needed a little bit more than that, and I think that's where they had it. But I think you're right. I think the better teams could have learnt something from the way they played.
Well, certainly the teams, the non-subcontinental teams.
Nice pyjamas, boys.
Samjhi. Now show them.
So yesterday, Pakistan-India, a match of massive importance, didn't quite live up to the hype as a contest.
Well, to be fair, how could anything live up to that hype? Unless an actual jihadist or a Shiv Sena guy went out there and tried to kill someone, it wasn't going to live up to the hype, was it? Because really, it was one team with weaknesses against another team that's just maybe not quite good enough to be in the final.
Well, it was bat versus ball, wasn't it, in its purest form? India's batting against...
Yeah, I mean, but even that, I mean, you had Tendulkar stuffing up a bit. I mean, Sehwag hardly played. Then India consolidated for a big part of their innings. There was no overly exciting part of that game other than maybe Tendulkar's 100th 100, if you like that sort of stuff.
It was a really curious game as well, because the guys who performed consistently through this tournament, Umar Gul had an absolute nightmare. Yeah. Yuvraj got a second baller, wasn't it? First ball, I think. Yeah, absolutely. And then some of the guys who haven't quite performed, the Wahab Riazes, the Munaf Patels, Nehru, you know, slightly suited by the quicker pitch. Cameron Akmal, for a moment, Cameron Akmal looked like a credible good keeper, then he dropped.
Isn't it amazing when they're in a game where they absolutely have to win it, that he suddenly looks like he's trying?
I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 years.
And I bet we'll be together for 1,000,000 more.
Oh, it's like I started breathing on the night we kissed, and I can't remember what I ever did before. What would we do, baby, without us? What would we do, baby, without us? And there ain't nothing we can't love each other through. What would we do, baby, without us? Sha-la-la-la.
Samson, what do you think about the final?
Only 2 games have been played at Mumbai in this tournament so far, both involving New Zealand. The only one with any importance, the first one was against Canada, the second one against Sri Lanka. The one thing, Sri Lanka wiped the floor with New Zealand, and the spinners took 7 wickets between them. That might give us an insight into how the pitch is going to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably disregard the pitch and probably just say that I think Sri Lanka is the better side, but I think with Sri Lanka you need to be able to take wickets to get to their middle order. I don't know if India can do that, but Angelo Matthews is the heart and soul of that team for me, and with him not there, it's a huge loss, and I don't think you can chop it up with a 50-year-old retired guy.
No, there's not a lot to choose between the top orders, is there? I mean, they're the 2 best top orders in the tournament.
Yeah, I think probably India's is a little bit more dynamic, but yeah, I think you're right. I mean, top order-wise, it's fairly the same. India's middle order is far better, but obviously Sri Lanka has a 10 times better bowling attack, so that's why I backed them. But if you can get through that Sri Lankan top order, I think you've got a chance. Whereas if you get through the Indian top order, we saw that the other day, the top order didn't do that well, yet they still made enough runs to win.
The great subplot to this is, of course, Sachin's 100th 100 in his hometown versus Murali's final game.
Yeah.
Do you think either of those will happen?
I think Chaminda Vaas will take 9 for him.
You're watching the Chuck Fleetwood-Smiths. My prediction for the World Cup on Saturday is for India to win.
Sultan Zarawani time, Samson. Who is your Sultan?
I'm going with Boom Boom Afridi.
Cool.
For yesterday, for not taking the power play when he was in, and when Razak was in as well, and delaying it too long until the game was gone.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I'm going with Raymond Malik, the Pakistani politician, who said that he was going to be watching this game extra closely to see if there was going to be any fixing, because the rest of the other 1.4 billion people who were watching Raymond, we weren't watching it that closely. We were all just, flicking between other channels. You absolute numpty. That's why people like you shouldn't be involved in cricket or life itself.
That's it from us. Enjoy the World Cup final, and we'll see you in the summer.
It's all professional here.